Let's get to the news. President Biden traveled to New Jersey and New York today to survey storm damage from the remnants of Hurricane Ida. Then he's going to head to Texas to look into that abortion law and maybe drop by Florida to get some folks to wear masks. If there's time, head to California, help with that recall mess, and then finish up the week in Maine to kill those lobster zombies. Oh, did you not hear? Yeah, every state has something bad. According to a new poll, President Biden's approval rating has dropped 6 points since June, but then it went back up, then it fell again, then it went back up, then it kind of fell again, then it kind of just stayed down for a while. You know what? I'm not being clear. Do we have, like, any sort of visual illustration? It's so helpful. According to a new report, former First Lady Melania Trump has only been seen publicly once this summer, also privately, said her husband. We had to put his picture up so people remember. A diner in Central Florida last week began receiving attention online after it said it would not serve anyone who voted for President Biden. I don't know how to tell you this, diner in Central Florida, but you already weren't. What happened? You got suspicious after somebody tipped? Producers have announced they'll delay the release of the movie Jackass Forever. They're going to delay it to next year. Gosh, Wally, and I had you put everything in quotes so I wouldn't stumble over it. This is my jackass reading this card. Producers have announced they'll delay the release of the movie Jackass Forever to next year due to a surge in coronavirus cases, though that would have made a pretty good stunt. I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is going to the movies in a pandemic. Billionaire Mark Cuban recently became an investor in a startup company that is creating artificial intelligence versions of NFTs that have the ability to converse with people, raising the obvious question, what? Amazon's medical business, Amazon Care, is reportedly looking to start offering in-person visits in 20 major U.S. cities, and they're focusing on the places where people need the most medical help, their own warehouses. And finally, kids are going back to school. The NFL is about to kick off their season, and the pumpkin spice latte is back. You know what that means, right? That's right. It's summer. It's still summer. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said in a briefing yesterday that there are about 100 American citizens still in Afghanistan, though Psaki stressed they're doing everything in their power to move on to the next question. Pro-Trump protesters gathered in New Jersey yesterday as President Biden surveyed storm damage from Hurricane Ida. Okay, but Trump is gone, so what you guys are is pro-storm damage. After the Taliban announced a new all-male interim government in Afghanistan yesterday, the State Department released a statement voicing concern over the lack of women. You know that's kind of their whole deal, right? It's like walking into a KKK meeting and saying, wow, just white guys, okay. Today was Senator Bernie Sanders' 80th birthday. Happy birthday, Bernie. I would have gotten you something, but then I would have had to get it for everybody. A 21-foot statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee was taken down today in Virginia, but only because they finally finished their 22-foot statue of him. A video recently gained attention on social media showing Rudy Giuliani shaving at a table in an airport restaurant, and it's even worse than it sounds because he was shaving his bikini line. That's right, a video showed Rudy Giuliani shaving at a restaurant table in JFK Airport. To be fair, he thought he was at LaGuardia. We had some discussion. We caught a little flack, Baze, from some people here who noted that happened a long time ago. It's like that was last week. But come on, guys. I know we're going back in time a little bit, but you're going to let that happen on our hiatus and we're just never going to talk about it? No. No. The host of the children's show Blue's Clues, Steve Burns, released a video yesterday in honor of its 25th anniversary. But this is weird, just to remind everyone that Blue would be long dead by now. Must be nice to be Ian, sitting alone in your apartment. You go say it. I just write it. You say it. And finally, customs officials in Texas recently fined a man $500 after he allegedly tried to smuggle more than 300 pounds of bologna and ham over the border. It was a tough day for the smuggler, but a career day for the drug-sniffing dogs. President Biden today outlined the next phase of his administration's pandemic response, and it's tough, but fair. White House officials have asked multiple members of military academy boards who were appointed by former President Trump to resign, including former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer and Kellyanne Conway. Spicer is currently on the board of the Naval Academy, and Conway is on the board of the Academy of the French Cavalry. After Virginia removed a 21-foot statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee from the state capitol, former President Trump released a statement saying the U.S. would have succeeded in Afghanistan if Lee had been in command. Dude, he got his ass kicked in Virginia. What do you think the problem was? Too many trees? Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie spoke tonight at the Ronald Reagan Library about the future of the Republican Party. I guess it's always good to get an outside opinion. The Taliban yesterday announced a ban on all protests and slogans that do not have the interim government's approval, hence Pizza Hut's new slogan in Afghanistan. Donald Trump Jr. claimed in a recent Instagram post that former President Trump, quote, took more crap than any other president times about 1,000. Wow, 1,000. That's even more than 7. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is receiving attention online after appearing at a military parade earlier today looking noticeably slimmer. This first reported in North Korea's Help Us Weekly. In honor of Disney World's 50th anniversary, McDonald's has announced it will release 50 new Happy Meal toys that feature Disney characters. 50? You're really digging deep. I got Mickey. What did you get? The dead lady from Up? Netflix has announced that a new season of The Great British Baking Show will premiere later this month. Oh, thank God, said overscheduled therapists. Authorities in Florida recently arrested a woman who allegedly drove a golf cart through an active police standoff while naked and intoxicated, which sounds insane, but come on, it's Florida. They only caught her because she crashed into another naked woman in a golf cart. And finally, Mercedes-Benz is set to reveal new electric cars next weekend at the Munich Auto Show, as well as a car that parks itself across 2 handicapped spots. And that, you guys, was a monologue.